Hey everyone, welcome to our new journey. So we are going to create our very first Next.js application. So if you're a beginner, don't worry, we'll be diving into the world of Next.js together. So let's get started. So the first step when creating a Next.js application is to set up the project. So to set up the project, you need to use the create next app. So you use this tool to create our Next.js applications, but because we don't want to install this tool because this tool is subject to versioning, so that's why we don't do npm install -g create next app. So when you do this, you'll get this package locally. So that means even when other versions come and you fail to upgrade, you'll still be stuck with the previous version. So to tackle this challenge, that's when this command line tool called npx came into play. So npx helps us to use these tools. So it installs them, runs them, runs that command, and then it executes whatever you wanted to execute, and then it removes that package. So to use the npx create next app on our project, so you do npx create next dash app at latest. So here I'm specifying I want the latest version because this is just a tutorial to show you how to set up a Next.js application. So in case you wanted to version it, you can version it right here. So you can say maybe version 12 point something. So, but in our case, we're going to use the latest. So you press enter. Now it's gonna, so it's going. So npx will go grab that package, and then, so let's wait. So now it grabs that package, create next app. The current version that is latest, it's at 14.0.3. So it's asking us whether we want to install this package. So we say yes and proceed. So it is gonna now ask us a bunch of questions about our new project. So the first question is our project name. So this is where you add your project name. So in my case, I'm going to say I can just say new next app. You can call it whatever thing you want. So the next question is about using TypeScript. So in my case, I need TypeScript. I always use TypeScript in my project. So go ahead and press yes. If you don't want to use TypeScript, you have the option to press the forward arrow and back arrows to navigate to the correct prompt you want. So the next question is about using the ESLint. So ESLint is a common code analysis tool that we can use to find common errors, bugs, and syntax highlighting for our code. So I'm going to say yes to that. So the next question is about using Tailwind CSS. So Tailwind CSS is a utility-first CSS framework that we normally use to style our application. So if you want to use Tailwind CSS, this is where you configure Tailwind to be installed by Next.js, by this create Next.js package. So if you want to use Tailwind, you can use Tailwind. If you want to use another tool, you can use it. So in my case, I can just say yes, I want Tailwind. The next question is about would you like to use the source directory? Now, prior to Next.js version 13, so prior means before. So prior to Next.js version 13, Next.js was using the source folder to group everything. But after Next.js 13, everything changed. So we have a new way of writing our Next.js application. So in this case, I'm not going to use the source directory because I don't want to. But in case you want to, this one is used to group your files so that it is easier to use. But in my case, I don't want to. So the next question is about using the app router. So the app router is a new feature that came up from Next.js 13. So prior to Next.js 13, so we were using the pages to group our route on everything. But now since we have Next.js version 13, so there is the new app router which is used to route our applications. So we are going to use say yes because this is what we want to use. So the next step is about, do you want to customize the default import alias? So I'm going to say no because our main focus here is on creating our Next.js application. No customization, nothing. But in case you want to customize this, I'll be creating a tutorial series on this, so watch out. So now it is going ahead and installing all these dependencies. You can see React, React DOM, Next, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS because I specified I wanted Tailwind, ESLint, and all of that. Now our dependencies has been installed. So if you do ls, you can see my new Next app has been installed. So the next step is just to cd into that. Then you open VS Code. So by saying code period, you're just saying open it in the folder that I'm currently in. So you can see everything has been installed. And then since this one was just for us to create our new first Next.js application, we'll just go quickly to the package.json so that you can see whatever was installed. So you can see we have React, we have React DOM, we have Next.js. You can see we have Tailwind dev. These are dev dependencies and TypeScript. So you can see this script. So you can see the script. The first script is about dev, which runs next dev. You see you have build, which runs build, start, which starts our development server, or starts our server, lint, which is for linting. So the command that we are going to use to run our project locally is the dev. So go to your terminal and do npm run dev and make sure you're in the same folder. So you can see this one is the new next app, new next app. So and then your project will open at localhost. So your project should be ready. So you can see now we are inside our first Next.js application, and you can go on and edit this. You can go here to the page.js. So I told you about the app router. So I'll be creating a tutorial about the routing and all that. So we can come here and say get started now. Save that file. And then since we have hot module loading, so everything should be loaded, and then you can see our get now editing. So thank you guys for here we have reached the end. You have successfully created your first Next.js application throughout these tutorials. So you can continue exploring advanced topics, and then happy coding guys.